Hello, my sugar fans. Thank you so much for always stopping by and watching our videos. We do not take it for granted. I especially do not take it for granted. I am so grateful to have you guys in my life. If you're a new subscriber here, I would also like you to please click on the subscription bell, click on the notification bell so that when we upload a new tutorial, you will also be the first to know. All right. So in this video, we are going to show you, or I'm going to show you how to make buttercream cake. Okay, it is a very simple cake, and it's something that you're going to love to watch. So please stay tuned to the end, and don't also forget to share and like this video. So the first thing first, just like you saw me doing before, I started prepping. I start prepping everything that I need for the cake. I first of all did the buttercream. I turned the buttercream because normally when you're using the buttercream, it always has this air, it incorporates air. So before you apply it on your cakes, you have to beat it or turn it very well, or bring it to the consistency that you want it to be at. All right. So the next thing I did was also to prep my board with edible spirits and um, tissue. Okay, I just used it to clean off the dirt. The cakes will be using for this video or for this decoration is actually three different flavors. Okay, I would also encourage you to watch the previous video before this one. I showed where I also made this cake. All right, this is a one flavor cake or a one recipe cake that has three different flavors. All right, so we have the vanilla, the fruit, and the strawberry or colored cake. That's what I would naturally call it. Okay, so if you're someone that you don't like red velvet, you don't like chocolate, you don't like all those, all those cakes, you can try this recipe. Please do check it out. I might link it in the description box, or I will link it as on the top of this video. But in case if I forget, please kindly check out the video after you watch this one in my channel. All right. Just as always, we start stacking our cakes. Okay, now I know a lot of people will say, this is a long cake, I don't like using or stacking long cakes, but trust me, it's very easy to do. It just takes practice, practice, practice. Okay, none of us decorators got to this stage without practicing, so you can always start with one or two layers. All right, so please watch how I do this. Now after stacking it, what I do is to bring a dowel rod. Okay, you can use skiwa are those meat kebab sticks. Okay, but for this video I'm going to be using dowel rod. So dowel rod is bigger in size. All right, and the only thing you want to do is to trim it or cut it to be shorter, a bit shorter than the cake, but to be able to hold the four layers of cake that you want to stack. All right, so the next thing we do is also to start crumb coating. I know someone has asked me, why do I crumb coat? Why don't I just apply the butter, like buttercream finishing like that? The reason why you crumb coat is always so that you can lock in the crumbs. Now, the crumbs here means that when you apply your crumb coat, you don't always you tend to not have the cake crumbs on your finished work. Okay, that's the aim of this. And another thing about crumb coat is it also it doesn't have to be as thick as the finishing one. All right, so you add as much water as possible, but let it also not be too light. Okay, it has to be light but not too light that it cannot hold up the crumbs that you want in the first place to cover. I don't know if you're getting me, but please, can always leave your question in the comment section. I always attend to every question. All right, as much as I can. All right. So the reason why we conclude, another reason why we conclude is so that you can fill up the gaps in between the cake while the layers that you laid up. Okay, so it is very important that you conclude. Please, it is very important that you, especially when you're starting out. Maybe when you become a pro, okay, you can now start doing whatever technique that you want to do. Now, another, if you notice as I'm working on this cake right now, you notice that it's wobbling, it's trying to wobble. Now, imagine if I didn't dowel it in the middle. Okay, so it is very important that you also dowel. Please do not forget that part, especially when you're stacking a big cake. And another reason why you dowel the cakes is so that when you're transporting it, our Nigerian weather is very good. It's very, very good. Yeah. So when you're transporting, so that the cake will not shift by the side or tend to shift, and then maybe by the time you get to the venue, it's like the cake has divided into two. So you don't want it. All right. So please try to one dowel and also to crumb coat. So I set the cake aside and I'm trying to allow it to set before I apply the normal finishing. Okay. So while I'm waiting for it to set, I'm trying here to work or to cut out the sticker I'm going to apply on the cake. Now, because this is buttercream, I have to use a bit of fondant to secure the sticker. The sticker is like a printed paper, okay, that the client told me to write something on. So now I want to use the fondant as the base so that the oil from the buttercream will not stain it. I've seen a lot of cakes and the oil stain the buttercream, the sticker. So to prevent that from happening, I just roll out a tiny fondant. Okay, I roll out a tiny fondant and then I apply. It's very thin, like tissue paper thin. Okay, then I apply water on it. Then attach the cutout paper or the cutout write up on it. Okay, that's it's very easy to do. It's you can do this any if you have to place the name on the body of the cake. Okay. Once you're done securing it, what you want to do is just to cut it out. It's very this is very easy. This is one of the easiest way to to attach sticker to buttercream. And why I'm doing this thing now before I do the main finishing is so that when once I'm done with the finishing, I apply it directly on the buttercream without the buttercream setting. Okay. So now we are going on to the finishing part. So you just turn your buttercream. So what the color I'm using here is a very light green, and surprising, the color I used to get this is blue, royal blue color. So just add a little bit of royal blue, and because buttercream is yellow, it tends to give you this color. So if you don't particularly have to go to market to buy this color, you can just add a little, just a tiny bit of yellow blue, then you get this color. Okay. So that's what I did, and the color, this is the color the client sent to me. This is what they wanted. So as usual, I always start from the top, then I work my way down. Now, if this is a very tall cake, what I normally do is to do the down and then do the up, then do the side. Will I say the center? So you can just share it, do the top part, then you do the down part, and then you do the inside. That's the in between of the top and the down. That way you will have a straight finishing buttercream. All right. So please watch and like. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I am always grateful that you guys are sticking around and watching my videos. Thank you so much. It gives me the courage to continue to create videos for you guys. So here I'm using a comb. You can get it in different sizes or in different makes. So this is the one I'm using. So once you start using this comb, the first time you apply it, it tends to make the buttercream to be a bit, it's not um, clear and clean. So what you want to do is to go over it time and time again. Then once you get the hang of it, you will notice that it's starting to be clear. Okay, so try to go over it over and over again you till you stop seeing the mark, but be careful not to go too deep so that your cakes will not be showing through. All right. Once I finished, I brought this the sticker that we did earlier with the fondant. So now I'm applying it on the body of the cake that's in the center. So after applying it, you see why I did it earlier, so that it will set, and then the buttercream itself will not also dry out, and attach it immediately. If I had done it after now, maybe after applying it, the buttercream would have set and it would have been a problem. Oh, or maybe I will attach it with water, and I did not want to do that. So now I'm adding these black balls. Okay, you can always get it in the cake shop. All right, it's fake. It's fake. I don't know how to say it again. It's fake. But you can do it with fondant. You can get fondant that fondant black and also use it. So we are just adding all the embellishments, the happy birthdays, everything else. So after adding it, I went back to look at it again, to be sure that everything was in place.